The road in life isn't always lit, especially mine. But I'd like to think with some careful thought, and plugging all that energy into a dream, it helps shed light on the mysteries in style. It only takes a few small sparks to illuminate a space. Some things you might find could be beautiful, and some might lead you further down to places you thought only existed by words and dreams. The enchanting, the confusing, the enticing, creatures big and small. But the journey is still one taken by many, and furthermore, you have a choice. You could choose to feel your way in the dark, look quickly for a light switch, or wherever you keep those leftover Christmas candles, and drugstore pocket lighter. Or you can stay interested in the many ways to embrace the situation, because frankly, the system isn't always powered to work. But in the end, that's the risk you take.
We are here, and we're ready to glow.
Right now, I opt for the latter. You don't always have to have a map to discover treasure, and it's how you can manage to find some of the things that just might have gone forgotten. But still, the things and places you find can wage much value to your passions. Grand Central Station may be one place I can call my hub away from home, but there's still so much within these walls that I have yet to discover, and where I want to go in it involves a bit of planning off the ground floor.
Trying for years to get up.
The large glass windows in Grand Central contain glass-floored walkways, and needless to say, I've tried getting in despite the limited access, just to get a glimpse from that view. Quite the metaphor for life. We find a way and attempt to find new light. In this case, of the 2 times I've tried getting up there, I'm usually kindly stopped and brought back down to ground level, and told, "You can sign up for the group tour, dear." Perhaps so, but until then, it's back down to square one, where even still, a lot of passion has built much from the ground up. Fueling your journey is a must, but what happens when the fuel becomes just that? Like I said, it only takes one spark to ignite something bigger. The Coffee Foundry, founded in 2010 in the West Village of New York City, has done just that, transferring a love and appreciation for a quality product and building upon it, not only to serve it up in one location, but now establishing another way in the form of a pop-up shop, here at the Manchester Pub in Midtown Manhattan.
I have yet, but we have coffee.
Hey, we're a family. Wow.
Running around making this place happen is the guy I like to call the main man, Norm Wee.
Cappuccino? Back in 2008, beginning 2009, I got laid off in finance. Right, that's with everyone. Well, I lived in Seattle for a couple of years, and that's when I fell in love with coffee. That was in 2005. When I got here, end of 2007, I found that unlike the West Coast, specifically the Pacific Northwest, there's not a lot of good coffee out here. I was working in a hedge fund, 07, and so that's why coffee was always an afterthought. We are partnering up with other existing businesses that normally don't have a daytime business, and so we come in and we open up shop, and whenever they open up, we close up. Pop-up is a misnomer because it's such a finite time frame which you open and you close up. Also, we pop up, but we never close up. Especially with sharing space with the business, and I'm not, burdened by the fact that I have to make rent to stay open. Here, at least, you know what? It's interesting, a new concept for people to figure out, is this a bar or is it a coffee shop? But I think once things gets rolling and people finally understand what we're doing, I don't think people would care, especially if the product can speak for itself. Nothing like New York. The energy of the city, the food, just accessibility, there's nothing like it. And so I wouldn't trade it for anything.
And what to go better with your coffee than a slice of artisanal toast?
Nothing quite says good morning like cinnamon. I don't care what anybody says.
And when time's up at 11 o'clock, the white flag for the pop-up is waved for the day until the next. But in the in-between time, you can always seek more if you'd like. And for me, one place is nearly tucked away amongst many cool books and endearing knickknacks. All you gotta do is find the way to get up there. And don't worry, the access for this one, everyone's invited. There, in a cozy corner of the Kinokuniya bookstore, is Cafe Zaya. A stone's throw away from Bryant Park, providing delicious Japanese favorite edibles and fresh lunch items. A place nestled to feed one amongst the other treats that surround you, many to fill your other delightful senses. It's definitely a personal favorite with many personal favorites. Food has definitely been a motivational vehicle for everyone to seek their little pots of gold. If not, it seems everyone's on the move to earn their next badge on their collective sash. But on your unicorn hunt, remember that some unicorns stay on the move and have acquired different ways of herding their treasure. Jesse Goldenberg is the owner, founder, and clothing buyer for the Nomad Truck. It's a roaming retail business setting up on the streets and open markets in New York City, an intimate space for one to shop and run before the store itself does too. Launching the Nomad Truck in 2013, Jessie literally took the driver's seat on a novel idea that began sweeping the West Coast. She continues to operate all aspects of her mobile boutique, popping up in many locations in and around the city, showcasing bohemian fashion in a space that is even equipped with a small dressing room behind the driver's side.
So when people come in, do they ever think you're a food truck
Yes,
person?
definitely. We get mistaken for food trucks all the time.
All right. Are they disappointed or?
It depends. Usually the women are really delighted, and the men are kind of like, oh man.
There's still lots of things to feast on in terms of, yes. I mean, this is great.
Thank you.
Trucks, pop-ups, cozy corners, oh my! The many jewels of New York seem to be the reason many come from all over seeking them. But it's the people behind these creations that seem to breathe it all to life. And for the last stop on this treasure hunt, it's the one I feel is the most definitive true find. And for this one, a lot of heart was going to lead the way.
What I do, da da do.
The ultimate treasure that I find most hits home is easily what could be your dream home away from home. Founder and owner Grace Park didn't want to be on camera, but her transformation of this space can wholly and admirably speak for itself. Holding degrees in both architecture and hospitality management, her brains and beauty are truly connected to the heart of this place.
It's sick that my friend who's behind the camera, because she doesn't want to be on camera, she did all this. Absolutely gorgeous.
The kitchen table opened in January of 2014, a place where people could tap into their inner chef and host, and with all anyone could ever need to make a warm and fantastic event. And on this particular night, acquired with Cards Against Humanity no less, we were going to do just that. As food again seems to bring everyone flocking, chefs too have caught on to this great gem. Hosting fantastic events, pop-up dinners, and more, the kitchen table is definitely a beautiful canvas for anyone to show their own marks on a celebration. In the end, even on a long quest, let a whole lot of something be the fuel to your navigation. And if you find yourself back at square one, know this. With or without a map, as long as there's a will, you'll always find a way to shed light on a new perspective, whether viewing it from the inside or the outside.
Don't